Okay, so now we're going to work on system word problems. And so I can solve real world problems involving systems. The best thing to think about with these kinds of things is that you need to realize there's two different types that we're going to talk about. There's more than that, but we're just going to deal with two different types. And the first one we're going to talk about is the type that I call deal 1 and 2, or sometimes like plan A and B, or something along those lines. You'll have two separate deals and you'll see what I'm talking about. So here we go. So you've got a meal, total cost, you've got 3 tacos and 2 burritos for $7.40, or you have 4 tacos and 1 burrito for $6.45. So kind of like deal 1, deal 2, or plan A, plan B, okay? So define variables to represent the cost of a taco and the cost of a burrito. So we've got tacos. So I'm going to call tacos T. I usually try to use always a letter that kind of represents the word, so I know when I have it in my problem, I know what I'm talking about. And then B for burritos. So go ahead and write that in right now. And by the way, I'm on page 20 of your note packet. Now, write a system of equations to find the cost of a single taco and a single burrito. So these are pretty easy to set up because you're talking 3 tacos. So deal number 1, you have 3 tacos or 3T's, plus 2 burritos or 2B equals $7.40. Okay, so that's deal number 1. Deal number 2 is you have 4 tacos, so we're going to call that T, and then you have 1 burrito, and that equals $6.45. Now, with this one, you have to solve a system of equations and explain what the solution means. So here, I have to solve this system, but I don't really have anything like, these look like elimination, but they won't eliminate. But I could get B by itself to use for substitution. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this bottom equation and I'm going to subtract 4T to the other side. And that gives you 1B equals negative 4T plus 645. So now I have it where I can take all of this and substitute it into the other one for B. Okay, so I can plug it right in there. So I'm going to have 3T plus 2, and then I have to put this quantity in parentheses. So negative 4T plus 645 equals 740. So now we have a distributive property that I need to take care of. So right here. So I have 3T, and then I have 2 times negative 4, which would be negative 8T, plus 2 times 645, which would be, you can use that your calculator. You're going to double it, which would be 1290 equals 740. So now I'm going to combine some like terms because they're on that side and I can combine them together. So 3T minus 8T is negative 5T plus 1290 equals 740. I'm going to subtract 1290 to the other side. So subtract 1290, subtract 1290. So you're going to have negative 5T equals 740 minus 1290. You can do that on your calculator. It's negative 550. Then I'm going to divide by a negative 5, divide by a negative 5. And so T is equal to, and I'm going to squeeze it in right here, $1.10. And I had 2 negatives, so you know that makes it a positive. Now, you take one of the equations, and it doesn't matter which one. You could do the first one or the second one to plug it in, and you're going to plug in $1.10 for T. So I think I'm going to take that bottom one, and I'm going to take 4T plus 1B equals 645. So where T is, I'm going to plug in $1.10. So I do... there's my $1.10. So I'm going to do 4 times $1.10 plus 1B, or I could just say B, equals 645. 4 times $1.10 is $4.40 plus B equals $6.45. Now got to isolate my B, get it by itself. So subtract 440, subtract 440. So that gives me B equal to 645 minus 440, which is 205. So this is why it helps to use the thing. So what is the price of one taco? Well, T was for tacos, it says right here. So a taco is $1.10. And here's burrito. And I did B. So a burrito is $2.05. And you have to label. You can't just put it in coordinates because it's a story problem. So we're going to do another one that's deal 1 and deal 2. And so you're going to have to kind of go in your note packet, not anything on page 21. Skip that. And you're going to go to page 22. Do you see it here? And we're going to talk about this furniture store. So this is another deal 1 and deal 2. So I'm trying to keep them together for you. So deal 1 and deal 2, or plan A and plan B. So at a furniture store, you can purchase 2 floor lamps and 3 table lamps for $360, or 3 floor lamps and 1 table lamp for $330. What is the cost of 1 floor lamp? What is the cost of 1 table lamp? So again, to kind of help us out, there's 2 things we're dealing with. I'm going to use F for floor lamps, and I'm going to use T for table lamp. Okay, so now deal number 1 is going to come from here. So deal number 1 says you can do 2 floor lamps and 3 table lamps for $360. So I'm going to do 3 floor lamps, so 3F. Oh, I'm sorry. No. It's 2. Whoops, all right, hold on. So let me try that again. So let me highlight right here. Okay, now, sorry, it says 2 floor lamps. Sorry about that. 2F plus 3 table lamps, 3T equals $360. Or deal 2, let me pick up another color. Let's put it in yellow. The other deal is 3 floor lamps and 1 table lamp for $330. So deal number 2, we'll put right here. I'll put it in yellow. So number 2 deal is 3 floor lamps, so 3F, plus 1 table lamp, which is T, equals $330. So again, nothing cancels. It kind of looks like an elimination, but nothing cancels. But I can take that second equation and isolate it. So I'm going to subtract 3F to the other side and come up with 1T equals negative 3F plus 330. And so now I can take all of that and put it into that first equation where I have T. And I can't put it in the second equation because that is the second equation that I manipulated. So here we go. I'm going to have, I'm just going to write it down here under the box because I kind of ran out of room. So 2F plus 3, then I'm going to put that in parentheses. So negative 3F plus 330 equals 360. So distributive property, zoop, zoop. Okay, so 2F, and then you have 3 times negative 3, so that's negative 9F. And then you have 3 times 330, which would be 990. And again, you can use your calculator, equals 360. Now you're going to, let me pick up a different color here. You're going to collect your terms. So 2F minus 9F, which would be negative 7F, plus 990 equals 360. Now I'm going to subtract 990 and subtract 990. So you would have negative 7F equals 360 minus 990. Again, you can use your calculator, negative 630. Divide by negative 7. Divide by negative 7. So F is equal to 630 divided by negative 7, which would be 90. So that means F, which is floor lamps, are $90. Now, you can plug it into any of the formulas. You could even plug it into this one that I manipulated, and I think I'm going to do that. So I have T equals negative 3F plus 330. So where F is, I'm going to replace with 90. So I have T equals negative 3 times 90 plus 330. So T equals negative 3 times 90 is negative 270 plus 330. So T equals negative 270 plus 330, which would be 60. So that T is table lamps. So I can say floor lamps are 90. And then table lamps are 60. So there we have it. Deal 1s and deal 2s. All right.